I mean, to me, I think it's obvious that there's a kind of visible borderline when you listen to the album. I think there's 2 or 3 songs that could have been from a Simple Minds album. The rest of the songs, I don't really see it that way. And I think that's very normal, because unless I had gone to do a sort of, you know, American songbook record or some world music project, that would obviously have been very, very different. But I was really going back to a period of music that in fact influenced Simple Minds themselves. So I think it's obvious that there would be a connection, and or a quite you know, deliberate connection. I mean, apart from being the voice of both projects. But I think the one thing is that whereas I'm really happy with the first Lost Boy record, I also see that there's a lot of growth can occur. And it's going to take me 2 or 3 records for what I hope to be. When people hear it, they'll just say, that's Lost Boy music. I mean, Simple Minds will always be there, but it's going to take 2 or 3 records to really evolve into its own distinctive thing. And I think that's fair enough, because even Simple Minds themselves took 2 or 3 records to grow something of themselves out of their, you know, collective influences. I'm really delighted that we are releasing the album in various formats, because I mean, the musical industry, the landscape of it has changed so much. But I knew when I grew up listening to records, you know, it was just the more the merrier. And I think just now when you see that, well, first of all, we really recorded a lot of stuff, a lot of quality stuff that was beyond just the normal amount you would expect for a CD. So there is that, but I think the kind of people who listen to our music, my music, they like the artwork, they like the bonus tracks, they like the remixes, they like the vinyl, they like to have the whole thing. And a project to me just does not feel complete unless all of these, you know, formats are there. Of course, the main thing is that every one of them has to be of quality within itself, but I think when you do that, it really adds up to sort of a fully fledged release. And in fact, we're already looking at going beyond that and maybe coming with a version 2 of the album later on. Throughout the last few months, there's been strange days where I get a feeling, even today, for instance, looking around the studio, it's empty, and I'm kind of thinking, where's the guys? Where's the guys that I've grew up with? Where's the guys that I've been playing with for the last decade who, it's strange not to have them around. And it was, for moments it was strange in the studio, for instance, not to look over and see Charlie Burchell, who's always been there when I've been working. And there were certainly a few moments where we really needed his talents, but I am really guilty of wanting my cake and eating it here. You know, Simple Minds are going to continue, and it's a great, great thing. But I was hankering for a sort of blank page. I was hankering for a new experience. I guess, you know, having celebrated more than 30 years together, maybe a little light went on in my head that said, great, great story, but is this the only story in life? Is there only one act? And obviously in my case, I've decided that doesn't have to be. But that's not to say that I don't miss the guys. On the other hand, what I've also liked about the project is that we're very fast on our feet. Whereas Simple Minds would have 10 weeks in the studio to record, Lost Boy would have 10 days. So in fact, there wasn't really any time to miss anybody. We just had to get on with it. And you'll notice I say we, because although this is called a solo project, in fact there's a great team who I work with. And I'm not going to leave one setup to come with a setup that's in any way lesser. So yeah, I miss the guys, but I'm working with some great new guys as well, and some familiar faces too. Mel Gaynor played on the album. He insisted on playing on the album when I at first thought it wouldn't be a good idea. He said, no, you got to use me, I'm the best. And he is the best. So he threatened me. Jez Code playing guitar is, you know, the guitar is one of the great strengths on the album. Has produced 2 Simple Minds albums. He knows how I work, I know how he works. So it was new, but it wasn't entirely new. But of course I miss the guys, but at the same time, don't have too much time in my hands to really miss anything. I mean, it's so hard to believe that the relationship that exists just now with the new media can exist. In fact, quite a lot of people will get in touch with me on Facebook and say, it's not you, I know it's not you, it's someone else, but if it's the page I'm talking about, it is me. So no excuses there. But yeah, I mean, it is very hard to imagine. I mean, you couldn't have imagined this. Well, we didn't even imagine this on our last album with Simple Minds, to be honest. But it's something that we've grown, and I get excited, I think, as the fans do, the night before we're about to offer a free download, or you know, the feedback is, well, people really appreciate it first and foremost. And anything that's making you excited, anything that's encouraging you, and I suppose that's the point. Their encouragement is you know, crucial to your work. It really does inspire you to carry on further. So for me, the whole new media thing that's come up and the whole direct contact with the fans online is it's one of the greatest things that's happened. Germany have given us such fantastic support and seemed to really understand what I was doing and what the band was doing. I obviously hoped that this would continue with Lost Boy, and that's why I went first to Max Vaccaro at Adele, who within one day had listened to it and felt that it would be right for the markets there. And of course there are other places that have, you know, similarly. Italy's been a place that's been a second home to me, and of course my real home in Scotland has always given us great support. But it's amazing how there's just some places you think this could work well, and that gave me a very confident feeling going into this.
Such a special day.